Hey, and welcome everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight. If you have just entered the room, we would love it if you want to put in the chat where you are from. Tonight, this is the Incorruptible Mass third candidate forum. And tonight we are listening to two more candidates to let you, our community of members, decide whether they will join our slate of 11. We already have 11 amazing candidates who are really going to fight for a state house that is democratic, small d democratic, and upholds our values. And the 11 candidates we already have include the fabulous, the fantastical, the magical and revolutionary Raul Fernandez, Vivian Birchall, Teresa English, Heather May, Timmy Sullivan, Sam Montano, Nicole Masalam, Janae McDonald, Nathaniel Mulcahy, Jack Stanton, and Paula Kingsbury Evans. And today we are going to be hearing from two more amazing people. We're here today to hear from them directly, and then you'll get to ask them some questions. If you have any questions for them, by the way, as they're speaking, you're welcome to put those questions in the chat, and we'll have a little Q&A at the end, or a little bit after they speak. We do have weekly phone banks to support our candidates, so we'd love for you to join in those. And of course, we support our candidates after the election is over. That's kind of our secret sauce. So we are so happy that you are here. We're gonna be starting in just a few minutes. And so while we're just letting more folks in, if you can put into the chat where you're from, that would be amazing. We have one of our candidates who is here, one of our previously endorsed candidates is here, and they are just going to be able to speak for a minute or so before we really get rolling here. We always love to hear from our candidates on our slate. So tonight we're going to hear from two more candidates, Terri Tauro and Gerald Hong. And we hope that they will join our slate of 11. We want to remind people that we are having a really fun event this Sunday, July 24th, in JP at the JP Boathouse, which is overlooking the pond. It's beautiful. All of our candidates will be there in person. You can meet them all. And we're going to have music and food, and it's going to be really fun. So we encourage everyone to come on down. That's going to be great. So we are just about to get started in about 1 minute. And while we're still letting people in the room, if you can put in the chat where you're from, just a reminder that we do have weekly phone banks. So if you are able to help us help these amazing folks get elected, that would be wonderful and fantastic. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started just with the sort of introductory part of our presentation here, of our candidate forum. I always like to talk just over a minute about Incorruptible Mass. So let's go ahead and we'll switch away from the video that we've been showing. These are beautiful photos from some of our previous events. But I'm just going to talk for a minute about what we are doing here at Incorruptible Mass. And really all of us, everyone in this room, all of our members, and a lot of other folks who volunteer with us, we care deeply about social, racial, environmental, and economic justice. And we are united in wanting a thriving democracy that can make those values a reality. But to have that democracy, we need elected officials who will actually pass the policies that we elect them to pass. The problem is special interests dominate the state house, especially. And they quickly influence the people we elect. So this is a real problem on Beacon Hill. We have a supermajority of Democrats, and yet we are unable to pass many very popular policies that are in the Massachusetts Democratic Party platform. It's really frustrating and can be infuriating to see that it takes 20 years to pass things that really should pass immediately. So at Incorruptible Mass, we believe elected officials should do what we elect them to do. And we help all of our candidates, not just while they are running for office, but we bring a powerful strategy that we've spent years perfecting at the local level to the State House to get our state representatives the support that they need in order to be able to do the work that we send them there to do. Tonight, is about adding 2 more candidates to our slate. This is going to be a group of people that acts like a team, that supports each other, that is in close contact with the marginalized communities inside their own districts, and also with a community of statewide progressive organizations with a big coalition. And so tonight, what's going to happen is we are going to listen to these 2 amazing candidates. You will get an opportunity after they speak to become a member if you haven't already. And then tonight through midnight on Thursday, you can vote on whether to add these 2 people to our slate of candidates. Do they pass muster? Knowing, of course, that Incorruptible Mass provides all of our candidates with the tools that they need to stand up to the pressure of special interests and to flip the balance of power. So we're excited that you're part of this amazing process of endorsing. And then we just want to remind people that we are going to be having an amazing event with all of our candidates this Sunday, 10:30 a.m. in JP. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and if Paula Kingsbury Evan is still here, Paula, we would love it if you would just take a minute to tell us a little bit about, just you lead the way, but if you want to talk a little bit about why you're here at the Incorruptible Mass 3rd candidate forum.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Paula. I'm sorry my camera is not working today. The argument with technology is one that I will forever be fighting. Yeah, so I live in North Adams, Massachusetts, which is the very top corner, way out in the Berkshires. And I am running because I came to North Adams for college. I just graduated from MCLA. I've been here for the past 4 years, and I really fell in love with this place in a way that it's the first time that I really felt at home in my adult life. And so my friend is very involved in local politics, and told me about what it would mean to run, and then I made this decision to do it because I love this area just so much, and I really want to see it become the place that I really think it could be. And so I'm focusing a lot on transportation and the climate and our roads and infrastructure, things that everyday people kind of deal with. And yeah, that's why. That's a little bit about why I'm running and what I'm focusing on. Sorry if I just was rambling on.
Not at all, Paula. We'd love to hear from you. Paula is one of our candidates that really has committed to fighting against the anti-democratic power in the State House. We love Paula. She's such a wonderful young person who's going to be a powerhouse in her district. And with no further ado, we are going to, let me introduce my incredible colleague, Frances Clark, wonderful activist in her own right, to introduce our candidates.
Thank you, Anna. Once again, I am honored to introduce these amazing candidates for our 3rd round of endorsement considerations. So first up, we have Terri Toro. Terri Toro is a 3rd-generation Marblehead native running to represent the 8th Essex district. As a single mother of 2 girls, she's worked as many as 3 jobs at a time to provide them with opportunity, while also finding time to give back to her lifelong home. As department administrator to the Marblehead Harbor Master and union president of her local, Terri has a unique perspective on the issues facing the district at large and the people who live there. She's worked extensively on environmental issues facing the harbor, and she's served as an advocate for the workers she represents, fighting for pay equity and standing up against unsafe working environments. Terri is also a member of the Marblehead Democratic Town Committee and the North Shore Labor Council, again, working to improve conditions for residents across the 8th Essex. She recently organized a donation drive for school extracurricular equipment across 3 North Shore school districts. So Terri has long worked tirelessly on behalf of her community, and she's going to bring that same commitment to the State House. Thank you so much for joining us, Terri. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Well, you really did me proud there with that introduction. I loved it. Thank you. There are three things that I really want you to know about me. I am a coalition builder. I am a skilled negotiator, and I am a true voice for the people. When I was first elected president of my local union, the very first thing I did was I realized that all the it's a municipal union, and all the other unions, there's four of us all together. We're just kind of separate. Nobody talked to each other. Nobody did anything. So I reached out to the police, the teachers, and the firefighters, and I formed a coalition. I started having regular presidents meetings where we could, swap strategy ideas and share information. And we actually ended up, before our last contract negotiation, we together paid for and ordered a forensic audit of the town's finances, which really helped, going into negotiations. We knew just what they were hiding and what they had and what they could really do. So there was transparency there, if we want to say. As a result of that, and the fact that I held out for 18 months negotiating this contract, I'm proud to say that my municipal employees, the people I represent, now are in the 50th percentile of pay in the state for municipal employees. Believe it or not, Marblehead as an affluent community we were around 32%, 32nd percentile. So everyone got an average of a 10% bump, which was great. And everyone's really happy about that. By strengthening health benefits, safety protocols, and an implementation of a new pay scale, that's how I did it. And I fought every step of the way. These are skills that I'm going to bring to the State House. I'm already doing the job. I'm already a representative. I'm representing my people, and I do it fiercely. So when I get to the State House, I'm going to hit the ground running. And believe me, I don't succumb to pressure. I don't take any crap from anyone. That's what people like to say, that I'm the bulldog. They call me the bulldog. As a voice for the people, I was raised in Marblehead in public housing, and I raised my two daughters here. We all attended public schools, and I did work 3 jobs. Most of the time, I worked them simultaneously. You name it, I did it. I bartended, I waitressed, I was a real estate broker. I owned a cookie company. I baked out of my kitchen. I make fabulous cookies, by the way. I'll make them for you sometime. And I owned a small restaurant for a little while. So I understand the struggles of working parents, single parents, small business owners, and the stigma of growing up in public housing and the lack of opportunities that comes with that. Believe it or not, you would think it would be different in this day and age, but it's not. So, that's my background. And just for the past 10 years, I've been involved in a lot of battles with the town for transparency and accountability. I filed a major grievance about health and safety at the transfer station in Marblehead, and there was missing money, $5.75 million to build a building, and the building never showed up. So, I had a big battle. I'm still in that battle with that. But I also signed the Voters' Right to Know pledge. I have filed open meeting violation laws on just about every committee or board in the town of Marblehead because they're sneaky. And I have, I canvassed for and collected signatures for the ballot question to make committee votes public. So this Incorruptible Mass means a lot to me, because that is what I have been standing for already. And I have no doubt that I can take that, those ethics to the State House and do the job for everybody. Tenacity, determination, and grit. That's me.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Terri. We're so glad to have you. Next up, we have Gerald Hong. Tara is running to represent the 18th Middlesex district to bring the voice of the community to Beacon Hill. In 2013, he immigrated to the US at a young age, moving with his family from Cambodia. Arriving in an unfamiliar country, he found a welcoming home in Lowell. A graduate of UMass Lowell, Tara knows the importance of providing a welcoming and supportive environment for students from diverse backgrounds. Currently, he spends weekends with the Lowell litter crew, helping to clean up areas of the city, and feels privileged to work for the Cambodian Mutual Assistance Association as a civic engagement coordinator. Once elected, Tara plans to open an office in the 18th Middlesex and get right to work advocating for further transparency in state government, better public education funding, and addressing affordable housing in the city of Lowell, as well as all of the Commonwealth. Tara brings experience in community engagement, a passion for volunteering, and a new perspective from the community, making him a great choice for the future of the 18th Middlesex. Tara, we're so glad to have you. Take it away.
Well, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity to be this interview, this round for endorsement tonight. Again, my name is Gerald Hong, and I'm a candidate for state representative in the 18th Middlesex District. And a little bit about myself have been mentioned already. I am an immigrant from Cambodia. I came to this country in 2013 with my mom and my sister. We came to this country because back in 2009, my father passed away due to a car accident, and we came to this country in 2013 to seek new opportunity and to start a new life here in this community of Lowell and this country. And thanks because of the help and support from the community, we have the ability to get to where we are today. I have the ability to able to start my new life, continue my education, and recently just graduated from UMass Law, major in political science and a minor in criminal justice. And because of those help, those opportunity in the community, I want to pay back to my community. I want to pay back to my community and help those who are in struggle, those who still in struggle in my community itself. My district, the 18 Middlesex district, is cover the Highland and the Acre area of the city of Lowell, which means that it's majority minority community member. So I mean like a lot of community of color itself in the community. The district is also known as a minority majority district. Because of that, a lot of community of color, they have been misrepresentation, lack of representation itself from the community. A lot of community of color have gone through a lot of hardship in their life, and they come to this country like myself to seek new opportunity. And there's no one should have the struggle of going around asking for help on where can I get food to put on the table for my family? Where can I get help and support to pay my rent so I don't lose my home or lose the place I'm living right now? Where can I help and support to find a way to get cheaper medication to help my family who are sick? Those, by the way, those are the things that I saw during the time I worked at CMAA, Cambodian Mutual Assistance Association, a nonprofit organization in Lowell. And those, when I saw all of those, it hurt. It's hard to see people who look like us, who in this country come here to seek new opportunity, but they are still in struggle. And because of the lack of representation from my current state representative for almost 8 years now, and I believe that it's time for change. And at 22 years old, just graduated from UMass Law, major in political science, and I just jumped to this race because I want to help my community to be better. And one of the first issue that I want to do and improve in my community is constituent services. Constituent service mean that let's get people riled up, let's get people be engaged, let's get people to know what is going on, what does the state representative actually do in that position, and what is going on at the State House. We cannot have a Speaker of the House run everything at the State House. We have to let people speak up, let people put their voice and their opinion in, so we can get get things done that are represent the people in your community, not the Speaker of the House, the people in your community. And that's what I'm planning to do if I got elected to be the next state representative for the 18th Middlesex District, is to let people speak and represent the people voice to the State House. And my belief is that when we get people speak up, when we get people rile up in issue and be engaged again and actually go out and vote on election, we can work together to improve many other issues like affordable housing, homelessness, climate change, public health, Medicare for all of our community, and funding, get more funding for education. And in my district or any other district, around the state of Massachusetts. We just need to get people to be more engaged. So elected officials who don't listen to their people will start listening to their people and actually start doing the right thing for the people. That is why I'm running this year, and hope to have a chance to continue working with you all, and hope to win this election this year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tara and Terri, for introducing yourselves. And I know we've gotten to learn a lot about you and about what your visions are for your districts, as well as some of the challenges that you imagine encountering and how you're going to overcome those. We're going to transition at this point into a little bit of Q&A, questions and answers for our candidates. So if anybody has a question, you can come off of mute to try and ask that question, or you can let us know that you have a question, or you can chat it right into the Zoom chat. So I'll leave it open for questions right now. As people are thinking of their questions, I'll get one started off. Who are you most excited to engage with for the rest of this electoral cycle? Who are the people in your communities who are typically maybe left out, or who are you excited to bring into the political process with your campaign? So if you want to answer that briefly while people are thinking of their questions. Starting with Tara.
Thank you. So my community itself, like I mentioned before, is that it's minority majority district. I have in the district have a lot of community of color, include Hispanic and Latino community and Asian community. And Lowell is one of the Lowell have the second largest population of Cambodian American itself. So in my district have a lot of Cambodian American population as well. And the other area called the Upper Highland, a majority of Caucasian folk, Caucasian community member. And the two community members that have been left out for the last 8 years and the many years before that was the Hispanic and Latino community and Cambodian American community in the city of Lowell. The two community have a low turnout to come out and vote on election day, and that is why one of my first priority in this race, if I got elected, is to improve our constituent service first. And when we get people to understand what's going on, people can start come up and be involved with the community and be engaged with voting as well.
Thank you so much. Same question to you, Terri. Who are you excited to engage with throughout this electoral cycle?
I door knocked in senior housing and in the public housing in Marblehead and Swampscott. I'm actually going to Lynn next week. And that seems to be a lot of people in these that are living in these places almost feel as though, and I know from when I lived there, they feel as though they're not, they don't have a say in anything that happens. There's a very different attitude from door knocking someone who lives on, say, Barnard Hawks Court in Marblehead than there is someone who lives on Marblehead Neck, you know. And I think that I'm really excited that I'm engaging people. I'm telling them, I'm following up on questions they have for me. I'm already trying to help, if that makes any sense, while I'm door knocking. So, you know, I think that's basically who I'm really excited to get in to engage into the process. But I think people need to be more engaged overall. So I'm constantly trying to do that. All of us are.
Thank you so much. We'll go to the chat. So this is written out, which might be helpful. It's a 3-part question. And in 1 minute, just try and address as much of it as you can. Why do you think that progressive policies fail in Massachusetts? How will you fight for them? How will you work to build power to win these victories important to your campaign? So if you can answer that in 1 minute, starting now with Terri.
I think progressive policies fail in Massachusetts because of special interests. I think that the whole premise of Incorruptible Mass is why these policies, I mean, what you're trying to do is what is preventing these policies from passing. You're trying to make sure that people aren't buying off their reps basically, or with a committee assignment, or just a little extra money or a new car, whatever they're going to do. How will I help fight for them? I'm just going to be honest, transparent, and forthright, and I'm not going to succumb to pressure. I'm going to tell my colleagues, this is how I feel, this is how it has to be. I mean, if that's possible when I get there. How we work to build power when these victories important to your campaign. I'm going to develop relationships by being honest and being tenacious and showing people that the voters matter and what the voters feel is what they need to do. I'm going to show these other representatives, these people in your district want you to vote this way.
Thank you, Terri. And the same question to you, Tara.
Awesome, thank you. I agree with what Terri have said, but I also believe that the other reason why our progressive policy been failing in our state house, because a lot of progressive candidates who promised to be progressive candidate forgot who they are to get they get elected, or they weren't willing to stand up for what is right for the people, or forgot what their own volume at first after they got elected to that position. We have a lot. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of progressive Democrat, progressive candidate, progressive state representative at the state house at the moment. If I got elected, if Terri got elected, I'm pretty sure we're gonna gather up progressive state representative who afraid to speak up because of the Speaker of the House say, don't speak up, or you're not gonna get a good. You're not gonna go any good subcommittee, committee, or so on at the state house. We're gonna gather up people who are progressive and who have their own volume, and make a group of state representatives who can actually fight for change. We're never going to forget who we are and why we're like there in the first place. We're there to protect the people, to serve the people, and then when we get that together, we can do other stuff.
Thank you so much, Tara. The next question comes from Cole. What is one issue facing the state or your district that isn't drawing enough awareness, and how do you plan to address it? If we can take 30 seconds from both of you, starting with Terri.
I think the biggest issue facing my district and indeed the state right now is housing. There's a housing crisis. We need affordable housing. We need mixed use housing. We just need housing, period. I don't know exactly how I'm going to attack that. It's a really complicated situation, but I do know that there is a lot of municipal and city buildings that are just deteriorating, that could be converted. And I think we should try to take advantage of federal funds as well towards that, a combination private, state, and federal funds. Trying to end it quick.
Thank you so much, Terri. And Tara.
Thank you. I think one of my community is also in problem of housing, but the other problem that we are in at the moment is public health issue. People affecting from mental health from the pandemic season, and we need to find a way to address that. Make Medicare, make healthcare or ability to go to hospital, get medication more accessible, or just make it free for people to do so. Yeah.
Thank you both so much. Can we get a round of applause for our candidates going through that lightning quick Q&A? I know I'm really excited to just hear from both of you. And so this concludes the Q&A section. We've advertised 30 minutes and we want to stay as close to it as possible. What I do want to do with this time, as we, after celebrating our candidates for their awesome job at the Q&A, is we want our candidates to get elected. We want to make sure that they are entering the final 50 days of the primary with a lot of enthusiasm, connection to volunteers, and funds, because we know that it takes money to print out these palm cards to let your community know about the critical issues affecting you in your district. So I'm going to talk about the July 24th event that we have coming up, but before then, I'm going to finish up on the process of adding new candidates to our slate. So as we heard from Anna, we have 11 candidates right now, and we just heard from 2 candidates. So as soon as this finishes, we are going to be sending to Incorruptible Mass members tonight a ballot in your email, and you have tonight all of tomorrow and all of Thursday to decide, should Incorruptible Mass endorse Terri? Should Incorruptible Mass endorse Tara? This decision is up to our membership. So this is up to all of you to decide who Incorruptible Mass will endorse. And of course, it could be both of them because it's just a yes or no. It's not like they're competing in any sense. And then on Friday, we are going to announce those results. And also on Friday, we are going to be inviting everybody to an in-person event happening in Jamaica Pond Boathouse. I have all of the details in one of these documents that are open on my computer right now. And so this is in Jamaica Pond Boathouse. It's at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday.
Sunday.
And on Sunday, sorry, Sunday, July 24th. And what we need to do right now that we have 16 people on the call, is we are going to paste the information from social media that we want to uplift. And we want to give a quick couple minutes for everybody to invite 3 of their friends. And so I'm going to paste those in right now. So this is our Incorruptible Mass Twitter account.
Before we go straight to those, if I may, that if you are not a member, if you're seeing this video either now or in the recording and you are not a member, it's super easy to become a member. You just go to incorruptiblemass.org/membership or any of those membership buttons. And you can become a member. If you become a member at any point between now and a normal time on Thursday evening, when we still have time to get you a ballot, then we will send you one and you will get a ballot in your email. Thanks, Evan.
Yep. And it takes 60% for candidates to be endorsed. So if you are excited about these candidates, make sure that you check your email tonight to be able to vote for them. So I am just pasting the RSVP link for our Sunday event. Harry Walford is thinking of people who we can invite. That's awesome, Harry. I know that you have a broad network of connections of people in the community. So this is, again, at the Jamaica Pond Boathouse on Sunday. If Terri and Tara are endorsed come Friday morning when we announce the results, we can't wait to see them at the Jamaica Pond Boathouse on Sunday morning. But if we can all just take a quick moment to, if you have a Twitter account, you can retweet, you can quote tweet. If you have a Facebook account, you can love react, you can say that you're excited to come, and really what matters is inviting the people we know. So I know that Sunday it's looking like it's going to be awesome weather, and I'm going to be going, my partner and I want to have a beautiful day at Jamaica Pond. And so I'm bringing my partner and I'm inviting some of my other friends. So think to yourself, is it friends, family, or neighbors? Who do you want to introduce to some awesome state rep candidates? So I'll go on mute and give us just 2 minutes to go follow these links that I've pasted here.
And just one more link that I can't see, I don't know if I see it in there, but the link to our events page where if you want to put this in your text, if you're just going to send a text to a friend that you know, let's say you have some friends who live in JP and you're like, oh my gosh, it's right in their backyard. Just send them a super quick text like, hey, I'm going to be at this awesome event at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. Do you want to join me? Link. And if you could just drop a link to a little text to a few of your friends, that would be super amazing. And with that note, we don't want to keep people. We know we're 5 minutes after. So we want to let everyone finish their evenings with us. Thank you so much for being here. Not just Terri and Tara, but everyone who has come here, who's asked those wonderful questions. We're so grateful for our members, our volunteers, all of the people who are involved in this real movement for change at the State House. So thank you so much, everyone. Like, retweet, repost, and invite your friends to our event on Sunday, July 24th at 10:30 in JP. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all over the weekend. Bye-bye.